Right, hello everybody and welcome to Matt Fryer Golf. So I'm down in the pro shop here at Stockport Golf Club, recently just moved here. This is where I spend some of my time if I'm not teaching or out doing YouTube videos for you guys. And today is the first episode of a new series that's coming to my channel, Midweek Matters. So I ran a Twitter poll where I asked you guys, would you like me to do a sort of questions and answers, a golf show designed at answering anything golf related, basically any queries that you would have and you wanted answering. You could post them to me on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it may be, or my comments board on the YouTube page, and I will try and answer those questions for you and just try and really just do something that would help me connect with you guys a little bit more. One thing that I do enjoy doing is actually hearing what you guys have to say, the comment section on the videos, having some input from you, the interaction on my social media channels. I really do like that side of it, and this way I think is another way for me to interact with you even more and find out what you're thinking, what you're liking, what you're not liking in the videos, what you think about different aspects of the game, what you're looking for from a sort of customer's perspective. As you know, I'm a professional, I'm a teaching professional, is where I see my career totally going, and if I can gain any knowledge and help you guys out along the way, it's great. So this show's designed to do that, to bring us all together as one big community and help one another out. So there's a few things that I want to cover in this first episode today, but like I say, every week I will film this on a Tuesday evening that will get posted on a Wednesday evening, and then you can watch it. So there'll be times after, once this goes up on Wednesday, from sort of Friday, Saturday sort of time, I'll start putting the topics that we'll try and discuss each week out there, asking for your guys to comment down below or on Twitter, like I say, or Instagram, and get the questions to me. So this week is more of an introduction to the show. I've had some questions that I'm going to answer, and also a few things that I just want to share that I found great this week in the world of golf. So first section on Midweek Matters, opinions. Here at Stockport Golf Club, like I say, I've just recently moved there. My boss and I, Gary Norcart, my boss, we're going to be updating our swing room now. It's already pretty good. We've got GC2 in there. We've got Tommy putting lab. We've got a nice Huxley green. It's indoors. It's great. We've got the simulator in there. We've got some cameras. They're not fantastic. We're looking at upgrading the room, and we're having a bit of a back and forth at the moment. And there's a lot of technology out there in the golfing teaching market at the moment. You've got body track, which tracks your pressure in your feet. You've obviously got your launch monitors, your GC2s, your TrackMans, Flight Scope, SkyTrack, and lots of other offerings coming to the market. There's your cameras, and then there's your things like your K-Vest as well, where you actually get body mapped and things like that, and My Golf Swing 3D. There's a lot happening now in the teaching world, and we're having this little debate between us now where one wants to go the other way and another one wants to go the other. And my question to you guys is, what do you look for when you go for a lesson? So if you were to pick up the phone or get onto Google, when you select a coach, when you're selecting a new coach, what is it that you're actually looking for? Is it that, number one, do you want to see you swing? A lot of the people I teach, and personally myself, I see actually looking at my swing on camera, being able to see something, and when I'm being told what to do, like when I have my lessons with my dad, if he says, this is, let's say, Dustin Johnson's position up at the top, this is yours, we want something in the middle of that, that's where we're going to go. That visual aspect really helps me. I definitely think, a launch monitor is, by industry standards now, it's a must. I've had people contact me when I didn't have a launch monitor and wouldn't come for a lesson because I didn't have one, and I think that's a little bit naive. If you know what's happening with the ball, and you know what you're talking about and understand ball flight laws and impact factors, a launch monitor just justifies what's actually happening. So if like I say, if you do know what's going on, it is it is great, but it's just telling us what we already really know, just to a specific point. But what is it that you generally look for? Is it that swing, being able to see it on camera? What I'd class for, what I'm looking for in an answer is, what would you say was your bread and butter. What is a definite that you must have is that, you know, the cameras being able to see your swing, you know, whether it's on gasp or V1 or C swing. Is a launch monitor a definite now? Is that something that you definitely need to have to, you know, that when you're looking for a lesson, if there's not one there, you're not going for it? Is, you know, these body tracks and things like that, is that an added extra? Because I find it very interesting nowadays, the amount of coaches that are moving into this sort of biomechanical sort of teaching, and there's a lot of terms, you know, being used that weren't used a long time ago. So comment down below, guys. This is the opinion section. What is your opinion when you look for a new coach? And also, do they have to be qualified? Are they PGA trained? You know, there's guys out there who aren't. I think it's, you know, we're all PGA trained here at Stockport, and I think, you know, it's the sign of good quality education. So I think it should be a must, really, that you have that nowadays to be able to teach. So, you know, comment down below, what is it you look for, number one, that is a must when you go and have a lesson, and what would be a nice added bonus? What is it, those little things? Is it that they've got a K-vest? Would that make that lesson a little bit better? Or is it that you're just looking for a video, a few little bits of data, and that is it? What is it? Comment down below, let me know. Hopefully you'll be on the same wavelength as me, and then I can really just wire my new boss up. Hopefully not too much, because I don't want to lose my job. But yeah, comment down below, guys. What is it you're looking for when you go for a lesson? Question time. Let's answer some questions that you posed to me earlier from Twitter and Instagram. We're going to get stuck into those now. So firstly, here we'll go to Twitter. I've had two of the same questions here from Malcolm A, Coastal Malk, sorry, and Paul Anderton, Paul LFC Ando, and that's regarding the rule changes. As you all probably know, there's been some recent rule changes in the game of golf. You know, the ball time, you've gone down from looking for a ball for 5 minutes going down to 3. Some of the drops have changed, and a few other different rules. So personally, I don't know about the rule changes. I think it's a thing where they're trying to make golf seem a bit more appealing to, you know, to the masses. It's no unknown thing that it is struggling a little bit, and we need more people to start playing. But I don't think rule changes are going to be things that drag people in. And in the, you know, if we're looking at the professional game, yeah, it might change it a little bit, but it's, I don't know, I think like the ways of snooker are, like, personally, a shot clock and things like that. You know, there's a lot of time where some golfers, they just say when they've got a 3-foot putt or a 1-foot putt, and you know, you see some of them aim pointing and stuff like that over a putt now, and as where a lot of them, you know, just need to walk up and bang it in, and it gets too analytical sometimes. So, and even, you know, other areas of the game are getting too analytical, and I think that's what slows the game down. And like, I think it was Poulter who was tweeting about the green reading books, and I've seen a couple of these from friends who play on tour, and it was just a minefield to even find out. You're looking at it and the numbers that were on there, it was something like from the Matrix. To even think, you know, right, well, the pin's there, and comprehend all these different numbers were just, it was mental. But I think from an amateur's point of view, one thing that I would maybe like to see happen more would be not etiquette, well, yeah, etiquette lessons, as it were. A lot of people, especially when I was doing the Get Into Golf classes, obviously these people have never been on a golf course before, and there's people, when they then go to the golf course, you feel rushed, you feel, you know, I think you feel pressured, and it does affect you. And I think a lot of times when you see golfers playing, even ones now who have played, you know, the amount of times you've been in a Saturday comp or in a comp, and someone's got a trolley and there's a way to exit the green and they leave their bag at the front of the tee. I think more simple things like that could speed up the game, definitely. Because for these rule changes, that's all it seems to be. It's time saving, isn't it? So I think if it was a bit more of a well-oiled machine in the way, you know, that you went about the game. If you think of like a buggy path, you know, it only goes one way generally, doesn't it? If you took your clubs, you're all right, yeah, you may sometimes be restricted on what you've taken and not have the right club and go back. But in terms of speeding up a Saturday comp and things like that, having like a, you know, like a trolley park where you'd leave your trolley and you'd exit only this way, and it would make the flow of the game a lot easier. And having call on holes and things like that, it's an odd debate, I think. I've not sort of answered your question there, but a very political way of answering it. Some of the rules, yeah, they're great that they've changed. I think, you know, that one where you're dropping like this, when you see guys dropping from shoulder height on a downslope straight into water, and there's the referee watching the ball go into the water, you know, it's an inevitability. Why don't you just drop it for a height where we know it's not going to roll in? It's, you know, it's common sense, isn't it? And I think that's what a lot of it boils down to, using your common sense. You know, there's instances where you see some people don't use it and it takes a long time to get round the golf course. And maybe, you know, shorter comps, I think 9-hole golf is something that will generally have to happen. Family time, you know, social time and work time are very tight things now. There's not as much flexibility in those anymore. So for clubs moving forward who have 9-hole comps, you know, if people want to play an 18-hole comp, great, you know, let them carry on. There's no reason why you can't run 2 comps at once. If you had everyone competed over the front 9 and guys checked a box if they wanted to carry on and play the next 9 and finish in an 18-hole comp, why can't you run 2 comps at one time? So I think there's some work to do on speeding up the game yet, and I think some different ideas need to maybe be looked at. And I think, you know, there's some very you know, forward-thinking clubs now, different types of membership as well, that allow you to play different amount of holes and things like that. So yeah, the rules, I can't see it making an astronomical change, to be honest with you, to, you know, each of our golfing lives, but we shall see. Another question. This came from Instagram. Tommy Cool Dude. Do you think Mickelson's accuracy would improve with his driver if he shortened his backswing? Would we want to see it improve? It's quite fun watching him be wild and get up and down from everywhere. On that, yes, I do think there is an argument for, you know, getting his swing a little bit tighter, but it's one of those, it depends where the club's travelling, and I've not got an image of Mickelson, I've not got a video of him up on the screen at the moment, but I can't remember him having a massive shift in direction in his swing. You know, he gets a little bit long, but from what I can remember, it's pretty on plane, and his face, I remember, is pretty square up at the top. So I think with Phil, he's a sort of player, you know, in contrast to someone like a Jason Day, let's say. I think Phil's body now can't handle some of the speed that he puts at the golf ball, as where Jason Day is so athletic that he can handle it a little bit better. So there could be an argument for, yeah, Phil, you know, getting a little bit more tighter up at the top, maybe feeling that he was a bit more 3/4, and using more of his rotation to actually provide a bit of power and, you know, keep it tighter and keep the face very passive at impact and not let his hands do as much. It's, you know, if you look at Seve back in the day, he was a very handsy player, and by the same sort of characteristics, they're, you know, wild off the tee, absolutely sensational in the short game because the hands are just so magical. So his length of swing is one thing, but also what's happening down at impact. So if we were to, you know, work towards maybe using, like I say, more rotational movement, that he limits the, you know, the actual roll of his hands down at the bottom and uses rotation and his turn to actually square the club up, that could impact his accuracy off the tee. But like I said, you know, at the start, it's fantastic to watch, isn't it? You know, you think of some of the great up and downs he's made, and, you know, Seve as well. You know, you always hear that story about Seve through the trees and over the pool, which is awesome. It's great, you know, it's what we want, a swashbuckler, not some robot anymore, you know. Sometimes it gets a little bit that way, and you think of Mickelson, was it the Valspar or somewhere where he chipped from inside like the gallery up on one of the balconies? It was great television and great for the spectators. So yeah, I think, you know, on a technical point, there could be cause for shortening it and, like I say, using more rotation to be very passive with his hands and use his body to square it up. But in terms of entertainment, I think I want him to keep spraying it, because watching some of the up and downs that guy makes, it is like the best viewing in golf. You know, definitely for my generation, you had Tiger holding amazing putts, and then you've got the up and downs that Mickelson makes. You know, I'd hate to see Mickelson really become really boring. You know, someone like a Lee Westwood who hits loads of fairways and hits loads of greens and short game mediocre. I want to see him be a bit wild and then actually produce this magic that he does so often off the with his short stuff. So yeah, I hope that helps you out, Tommy Cool Dude. If not, ask again. I'll try and get you a better answer. Okay, so another section of midweek matters. What I want to do is just have a look at something, you know, each week that I found great in the game, something that I found maybe funny, interesting, or, you know, something that's inspired me. And this week it goes to Mr. Tommy Fleetwood, and more his caddy. Now, if you didn't see this, I'll play you this clip up on screen now. It's great, and having known Tommy's caddy Ian, it makes it even better. So I'll just roll this little clip for you here now. So as you can see, we've actually got Ian punching Tommy in the face in a high five. So this was at the World Golf Championships in Mexico, where Tommy finished second, and, you know, great finish. He's had a great start over in America this year, and, you know, wish him all the best of luck. But this clip is brilliant. How good is that, to get a high five off your caddy and then be punched in the face at the same time from someone who looks absolutely massive and quite scary? Knowing Ian, I did work with him for a little bit. He is the absolute gentle giant, and it was absolutely fantastic to see. This made me, you know, wet my pants when I saw it, nearly crying with laughter. It was great. And then obviously the tweet there that you can see that they put up afterwards, knowing that he'd almost survived that right hook, it was great. So great to see, and he's only been on the bag a few months now. Obviously he's had the win over in Dubai, and he honestly is one of the nicest lads in golf I've ever met. Has got time for anybody. He's caddying, and Tommy's very much the same, a really good lad. So it's great to see them doing fantastically well. And Masters coming up soon. I wouldn't be hedging my bets against him. I think a top 10 finish for his, I think it's his first time there, wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility. Guys, so that has been the first midweek matters. Let me know, do you like it? What topics would you like discussed in midweek matters? Is there something that I think I'm going to try and stagger it as like an opinion section, where I want to get some interaction, some views from you guys on your opinions on something in the golf industry each week. Then some questions and answers section, and then also something that, you know, I found good throughout the week, you know, something inspiring for all of, you know, if I find something great, hopefully I can share it with you guys as well, and it can maybe help you or give you a bit of a laugh and a chuckle, or, you know, do something that's going to benefit us. So let me know, do you like hashtag midweek matters? Do keep commenting on my social media. All the links, you will see those down here now for you to go and follow me. Twitter at Matt Fryer Golf, Instagram Matt_Fryer_Golf. Go and give those a follow. Also, I'm very close to 5,000 subscribers. It's been absolutely awesome so far. Really trying to ramp up what I'm doing this year. Loving doing the stuff with Rick and Pete and Andy. Hopefully got some other stuff coming up. I've also got Dave coming up soon from Sutton Coldfield for the lessons with me, and see how he goes. Got that stuff going up in Scotland later on in the year. So lots happening. Hopefully you guys are going to keep enjoying it. You know, I've had a lot of nice comments recently on my videos, so do hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this. Loads of free content, hopefully can help you with your game. Give also the thumbs up, hit it, not too aggressively, don't break your computer or anything like that. Maybe a nice little click, give that a click, and comment down below, guys. Loving the interaction at the moment. Thanks for watching, thanks for enjoying the journey with me, and I'll see you soon.